Hello, Legends. I'm here to tell you what not to play after Ashes of Creation. I know Ashes of Creation died, and we're all sad, and it sucks, because it was a cool game, even though there was some uncool stuff with the development of the game. I get that. But the game itself, it was alright. I was looking forward to playing it. Now we can't, and everyone is asking, what do we play next? What game do we go and play? And a lot of people... I have read a lot of different things that people are saying on Discords, Steam, websites, Reddit, etc. And let me tell you, they are all wrong, and I'm not going to tell you what to play. I'll suggest some at the end, but I'm going to tell you what not to play and why, because you're going to be led astray by all of these people who have no idea what they're talking about, who have not even played these other games they are suggesting. And you may take my suggestions, with a grain of salt. My opinions are my own. I am a solo, guildless, friendless player. Why would you listen to me? Because I'm going to tell you the damn truth about these games that other content creators can't, because most of them are wrapped up in NDAs and talent agencies, and they are shills that take a bag. If you watch a content creator and they say, this video is sponsored by, they're a sellout, okay? But not me. Now let me go ahead and just get started with every freaking game everyone is suggesting, and, well, not all of them, but let me tell you the bad ones to absolutely avoid. Game number 1 is Pax Dei. Do not play Pax Dei. Do not buy this game. Do not even try it out during a free weekend. This game is absolute trash. This game is a scam game. This game is an Unreal Asset flip game. This game has cheaters and hackers and mega clans that control the map. This game has no end game. It's not a game that never ends. Not a game that you grind endlessly. It is a game you grind endlessly, but there is no beat a last boss. There is no, I have all the epic gear and money and a big house and a big clan and I have a bunch of friends. This is not the game that you're going to make friends with. This is a game that is a ghost town. Currently, Pax Dei has a whopping, let's find out how many players are currently playing on a Friday, 1,350. That's it. That is dead game numbers right there. Look, there are more people I think there's more people in Ashes right now, I think. Hold on, let me check. Okay, Ashes of Creation, how many people? Yeah, 1,000, okay, it's beating Ashes by like 200 people. But Pax Dei, do not play Pax Dei. Alright, and the review I wrote in 2025 still stands. There are cheaters that can open your chests through your walls, regardless of having access to your base. There is, you grind humanoids for crafting materials to make your magical items. The best way to kill enemies in this game, you cast sleep on them, you cast a burning damage over time fire spell on them, and then you put them back to sleep. You let their HP burn down, and you rinse and repeat, and that kills everything in the game. That kills everything in the game. Cheaters and hackers are in the PvP zones, which you have to go to if you don't want to smelt endless amounts of lower tier metal to get 1 or 2 higher tier metals. To get higher tier metal in this game, you have to go to the PvP zones. And guess what? If you made your base far away from the PvP zones, it is several hours to travel to these zones. And if you die, oops, you're now have to travel several hours once again. So unless you live near the PvP zones, you're screwed, alright? And mega clans all control them. They all use hacks, radar cheat, ESP, all that kind of stuff. You're absolutely screwed in this game. Also, it's pay to play. You also have to pay monthly for plots. You have these little building plots. Imagine that you played... Do you know what Rust is? If you know what Rust is, imagine you had to pay a monthly fee to maintain your base in Rust. Yeah, that's Pax Dei for you. Do not touch this game. Alright, next up is Guild Wars 2, and there's a little bit of confusion here. On the Steam page, it says it was released in 2022. This game came out in 2012. Now... I'm going to go ahead and tell you right up front that I have never played Guild Wars 2. I just wanted to tell you a few things. Guild Wars 2 is an ugly, old, nasty game. But my beef with Guild Wars 2 is not so much the looks of a game. I don't really care how a game looks as long as it plays well. My beef is with ArenaNet, and of course NCSoft is the publisher, but ArenaNet has some splaining to do, because Guild Wars 2 is a milquetoast softy of a company when it comes to their content creators. There was a streamer on Twitch named Rose MMO, he's got a YouTube channel, and he made a very soft, a little bit edgy, but basically a harmless joke, because what happened was, whenever you stream on Twitch, the ArenaNet employees will infest their way into your community. They will infest their way into your Twitch chats, and they will even ghost you and follow you around and gang stalk you in the game. Within the game, they will follow you around. Now, Rose MMO had about 25% of the total Twitch viewer base on his channel, on his Twitch page before it was banned. And the employees did not take too well that he was not sucking their toes and bending the knee and slurping it up with them, okay? He knew that they were in his chat, and he knew that they were following him around in the game, and he wasn't bullyish or mean to them, but he wasn't really nice to them either. And the second he drops a mildly edgy joke, they hardware ban his account and his game. All right, how many people are playing Guild Wars 2 on Steam right now? All right, let's see how many. 4,000. Yeah, look at this player count. This player count is absolute ass. All right, and also if you go to Twitch right now and look at how many top viewers there are, it's a nothing. It's a nothing. It's a shit show, okay? This is a dead fucking game. It's an old-ass game. But they're going to fully hardware ban one of their top streamers, not the top, but one of their top streamers, over a mildly edgy joke. And then the community on Reddit dogpiled and supported the ban, and the other streamers within this community are all boring, bland, safe, blah, gross, just weirdos in general. They're just the type of person that has to have the safest space, and I bet they pad all of their rooms for their children and put the little, light socket protectors on and smooth all the edges out on their cabinets and crap. Though that's what Guild Wars 2 is. It's super safe, it's super milquetoast, it's boring, it's bland, and screw this game. I will never play an ArenaNet game. I don't care if Guild Wars 3 is the biggest game in the freaking universe, and they offer to pay me $10,000 a month. I'm not going to play it unless they unban and apologize to Rose MMO, and I will never recommend this game to anyone. Oh, but Swole Benji, what if I'm a they, them, and what if I voted Biden, and what if I like, trans story time in the schools? Shouldn't I play it then? Shouldn't I play this game then, Swole Benji? I'm on the left. I'm a hard leftist. Shouldn't I play Guild Wars 2? Listen, no, you shouldn't. There is a better game for you, and I'm going to cover it in just a bit, so stay tuned. Number 3 is Where Winds Meet. This isn't really an MMO. It's semi-gacha. And it's kind of like a Souls-like game with a Chinese aesthetic. The game is absolutely beautiful looking. The graphics and how it runs and how it plays it looks phenomenal. Okay, but the gameplay sucks, and the entire game revolves around using a fan and an umbrella. That's the meta. It's like playing Dark Souls, but you have infinite heals. So yeah, that's kind of, oh boy. Right, and the combat ain't that great. It's pretty crappy. There's no good music. It's not an MMORPG, even though it says it might be somewhere probably. Okay, I guess they don't have the MMO tag, but this is not a game that you're going to go to. Also, why would you support China? They don't like us. They don't like us. They don't want us. They're making these games. And what happens with anything NetEase? And don't touch anything ever with NetEase. Ew. NetEase runs automated report. No, shut up. Don't play the video. I didn't want you to play a freaking video game. Anyway, NetEase, they do automatic reporting. So that means if a big nasty guild doesn't like you, and there's plenty of them that don't like me, they will mass report you and you will get in trouble, and no human will ever review your ticket. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. NetEase has been offering me in emails $10,000 a month to cover their games, and I won't do it. I respect my freedom of speech. Next up is Corepunk. You do not want to play Corepunk. This is a Friday. 15 viewers total on a Friday. This is a dead game. I would go as far as to call this a scam game. This game hasn't been in development way too long. The gameplay absolutely sucks, especially for guildless, solo, friendless players. You have to make multiple characters, and you all have to craft amongst each other, and it's just an absolute pain in the ass if you want to get anywhere item-wise. It is not a fun game to grind. It is constantly being nerfed. But most importantly, the game is just shadowy and weird as hell. Now, let me explain to you. Anytime you see a big streamer playing this, they are paid to play it by a talent agency called Mythic Talent. And they even reached out to me a long time ago after I had made my Corepunk videos, and they said that they wanted to pay me thousands of dollars, yes, thousands of dollars, to make quest guides for the game, because there just weren't guides. Well, besides mine, I had guides. I already had the entire game solved. I had every quest guide there was, like just in all-in-one video, right? But they wanted multiple, like, oh, here's a quest, here's a quest, here's a quest, here's how to do this quest, here's how to do that quest. Well, I already did that all in one video, but I told them that they don't have to pay me. All they have to do is get me an unban on their Discord server, the Corepunk Discord server, and get me a written apology, handwritten apology, mind you, has to be written by hand, that's how you know it, they mean it, from the Discord Janny that banned me. Now, let me talk about my Discord ban on Corepunk. So, as a famous YouTuber, a lot of people, as soon as they see me in a Discord, they jump down my throat, they call me names, they do what they can. Just like if they saw Asmongold or anyone else in a Discord, they're just gonna like, oh, fuck you, dude, blah, 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 right? And so, the Jannies in the Discord were muting people, banning them, removing them, whatever. And you may be thinking, well, what's wrong with that? I'm a supporter of freedom of speech. I strongly believe in freedom of speech. So I told the moderators, let them cook. Let them insult me. Let them say whatever they want about me, even if it's true or not. And most of it's not, right? And that upset the Jannies. And so day after day, more people would try to dogpile onto me and attack me and blah, blah, blah. And the Jannies had to mute them, ban them, whatever. And at some point, and this happens to a lot of Discord servers I join. This is why I don't bother anymore unless the game forces me to. Is they just banned me instead of the 50-plus people trying to jump down my throat, because I guess it was easier just to get rid of me than to get rid of all of them. And I never yapped back, I didn't snap back, I didn't insult them, I just kind of ignored it and didn't care. But the Jannies got mad at me, because they think it's my responsibility to report them when they jump down my throat. I'm not a Janny, it's not my job to moderate your Discord. And, yeah, like, I don't care what they're saying or what they're doing. That's not my problem. I respect their freedom of speech. I want them to exercise their freedom of speech. If they want to call me every gamer word in the book, let them. That's fine. That's fine with me. It's not my Discord server. I don't care. But they figured it's just easier to get rid of me, so screw them. And their game sucks, and the game is absolutely miserable. Once just a handful of people, like a small Discord clan or even a bigger clan, gets access to tier 3 gear, they walk all over the entire world map and you can't do anything anymore. But no one plays the game anyway, so it doesn't really matter. V-Rising, another game that treated me the exact same way in their freaking Discord, but this game it's like Rust, okay, but with vampires and it's top-down, and here's the thing, you may think, oh, I want to play in a persistent world and level up and craft all the good gear and then go fight other people. That's all good and well. And you can kind of sort of do it in V-Rising, except if you do not play on a fresh server for V-Rising, you missed the boat, son. If you join a server late, you're screwed forever. If you do join a server early, you had better hope it's like a solo or duo server, and even then, every clan ever cheats those servers, and they'll have 50 people all in their own little duos, all in the same neighborhood where they never attack each other, but they attack you. And here's the thing, you have to play this game like an RTS. As soon as you join the server, you have to min-max your resources, your time, your farming, your grinding to the point where if you fall behind and someone else gets ahead, they will outgear you, they will outskill you, their base will be more built up than yours, and then you get raided, you lose all your stuff, it's game over. Servers last rarely, they last 3 days before everyone leaves and starts all over on a new server, or the server you're on wipes. Because everyone's dead except the Mega Clan at the top who is farming the end game, and then they come back to the noob zones and kill everyone else. And that's the game. And the devs are mean buttholes. There's not a lot of people playing this game. Also, Carnage, why are you fucking playing this shit? 3,500 people playing. This is a dead game. This is a dead game. Do not touch it. All right, number 6 is Dreadmist. If you think Steven Sharif is bad, then don't even dare look this game up. Now, I've never played this. I'm not going to play it because it's a non-profit made by one guy, and the guy might be cool as hell. He pisses off Reddit. I piss off Reddit. Maybe we have something in common, okay? But I don't feel like this one's going to be around after a year or two. Now, I could be wrong, and this could be the most banger game ever, but I'm just being upfront and being honest. The person that made this did a bunch of private servers that just up and vanished one day and pissed people off, so there's that. There's also only 1,700 people playing, so it's basically a dead game. All right, number 7 is Apogea, and the game itself isn't bad. My gripe with Apogea is that if you aren't in a clan and you don't have friends and you can't make friends, which is everyone that watches my channel, okay, and if you're watching my channel and you're in a big guild and you have a lot of friends, then go watch someone else. Get out of here. Unsubscribe. Leave. Go. Shoot. Get out of here. Now, Apogea is basically just a modern-day Tibia. If you don't know what Tibia is, Tibia became a hellish night horrorscape full of Portuguese and Spanish players who just murder you and level you down and take your stuff. And that is the entire gameplay loop. And no matter how good you are, you will always be outnumbered by the Portuguese. No matter how geared you are, you will always be cheated and hacked out of your gear by drop hackers and speed hackers and no-clip hackers. Now, I have not seen anyone hack Apogea at all, because I have never left the starter zone for Apogea. But Apogea, if this game were to last, it is just going to be Tibia. It's not going to be embraced by a modern Western audience like Ashes was. And even Ashes had its problems, with the South American audience. But anyway, Apogea only has not enough people playing to even count. So there you go, dead game right now. It's not out yet, but it just doesn't have enough people playing. Now, Albion Online is one that, thankfully, in the Discord, in Reddit, and all of the discussions, almost no one brings up as a game to move to. And I'm so happy for that people that played Ashes are smart enough to avoid this one, because it is a stinker. It's a real doozy of a crapload game. And you may be wondering, Swole Benji, aren't you an Albion YouTube channel? And no, I'm a variety gamer channel. I just happen to have 900 of my 2,100 videos be about Albion, okay? Almost 1,000 videos now, actually. But Albion Online, if you have friends, if you have a massive guild, if you have, any of those things, if you speak Portuguese or Spanish, hell yeah, play the hell out of this game. That's a game for you. Now, here's the thing with Albion. If a real serious guild, like the Enclave, hello Buzzcut Psycho, or Polar, hello T-Mugsy, or Onslaught, whatever, I don't know who leads Onslaught, I don't remember, it's too long ago. But if any real MMORPG guild were to play Albion Online, you would crap all over everyone else and just dominate the hell out of this game. You would be able to kick out there are no good guilds that play this. There are massive guilds with 300 to 400 to 500 people that actively run around the zones and gank each other and do crafting and all that usual MMO slop stuff. But they are so disorganized. They are so bad at leadership. They are so bad at counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and pushing all the buttons at the same time to blow up the enemy group that any real guild would be able to just conquer the ever-living crap out of this game and bend it over and just absolutely change the entire culture. But no big content creator will touch this game. Even the only time big content creators have ever come to this game to actually play it is when they were paid $30,000+ allegedly in an event called the Crucible to play it for 2 weeks, 2 hours, 3 times a week for 4 weeks, I believe, is what they got paid. And some of them ducked out of that contract because they hated the game so much. This is a game that pays almost no ad revenue whatsoever because the majority of your audience comes from Southeast Asia, which advertisers do not like. This is also a phone game that children play. And you may think, oh, children, I can bully children, I can get... No. There's a save zone and a full loot PvP zone. And before the game absolutely nerfed everything to the ground and made the entire not Soy Boy, but Care Bear player base leave, which I am a part of, The only percentage of players that played this in the unsafe zones were about 8%. Now that percentage is about 52% of players play in the full loot zones. You may be thinking, that's good, right? That's a big improvement. No, it's because all of the safe players, everything that they loved about the game got nerfed. There is no reason to level up. There is no reason to get good gear. There is no reason to do any kind of progression in this game as a safe zone player. So they all left. They all quit. And the thing with this game is it has a massive revolving door turnover rate for new players. To the point where there's not enough humans in the world that's going to like download this game and try it out for the first time anymore. Like, they've already cycled through the doors for the last 8 years. And the only people left playing it are the veterans, are the PvP gods, the people that have never quit playing this game. And let me tell you, this game is a massive grind. If you're a solo guildless player, you can kind of make it work. You can kind of make it work, right? But you are not going to have a good time like you did in Ashes. You are going to suffer. The grind is actually much larger than Ashes of Creation because you have to level up every piece of gear. Leveling from 1 to 100, if you don't know what the hell you're doing, could take you weeks to months. If you know exactly what you're doing and you are like me, because I'm a pro at this game, I can do 1 to 100 for a single set of gear in around 4 to 6 hours, depending on my economy. If I card swipe, and this is a pay-to-win game, it has pay-to-win elements. You can card swipe and skip all the grind. Okay, you still have to get good at the game, otherwise people will dumpster you in good gear. It doesn't matter. All right, so, it's paid progress. No, progress is still winning, stupid. Anyway, the point that I'm getting at is that it's a heavy economy-based game. There's so much cheating. There's so much botting. The devs are extreme left-wingers, and no, this is not a game for you left-wingers either, okay? Your game's coming. Don't just hold your pants, hold your panties, hold your diapers, your shit-filled furry diapers. Hold them for a sec, okay? I'm getting to the game that you guys should go migrate to. But for everyone else, it's normal. This is not a good game to play. This is not a good game to invest your time into. If you have a lot of friends in a guild, absolutely. Go. This is your game, guild dweebs. Go play this. Go play Foxhole. Go play Foxhole's new medieval game. Go play those. Don't, this is not a good game currently in its current state for solo guildless players. That's why I'm hardly playing it currently. Next up is Elder Scrolls Online. This game is old, 2014. Not a lot of people play it. It's got like 8,000 people playing it. Whoop-de-doo. But the game is just old, and it plays like it's not very fun. It's also got a lot of pay to win. But I'm not going to really beat this game up that much because I do like Bethesda. Bethesda's existence did help me from being homeless with the whole I know Starfield was a crappy game. But Starfield made me a regular middle-class person for about a month, and that was very, it's just nice to feel normal for a month out of my entire life. So I'm not going to go too hard on this one, just, there's better games, guys. Number 10 is New World. Now, New World, it's going to be dead in the middle of this year or at the end of this year, so there's no point in even bothering. Unless you get online to speed hack and cheat, then yeah. The gameplay sucks. Even if it wasn't dying, this game sucks. This game is absolute ass. How many people are still on? 676. 67! Ooh, 67! Yeah, don't worry about New World. It's dead. So just a quick note about private servers. The Warhammer private server is extremely left-winged and also European ran, so if you're American, just avoid it. They literally force name change you if you just talk about gun rights, which I guess makes them super pissed. Like, if you name your character shall not be infringed, they will permaban your character to the moon where you can't play anymore. And what a bunch of little babies. There's a bunch of World of Warcraft private servers. Don't bother. They always get shut down. They alter the game too much from the base. It sucks. Don't worry about it. And look, even this person is like, what MMO to play now? Ugh. Right? And then, like, Arcage. Arcage is a solved game. If you play on any private server day one on a fresh wipe, they're going to have drilling machines and their little clans, and it's just not going to be fun for you, the solo guildless friendless player. Don't waste time on any private server. They're all too temporary. All right, old school RuneScape. Now, a lot of people like this game, and it's not bad, but you have to pay pig it if you want to play the full game. If you play free to play, or even try to earn your subscription through the in-game money, it's a massive grind. It sucks. And it's like a game full of bots. If you're a robot AI watching me somehow, oh, absolutely play this game. But I didn't make a single social connection in the weeks that I played this recently. I think last year I put a bunch of hours into it to make a video. Don't bother. Like, no one talks. Everyone's in Discords with their little cliques and their little friend groups, and you're not invited, okay? This game is old. This game, dude, I was in high school in like 2003, 2002. I would go to school and farm gold, and I would sell it to other kids at school for like $7 for 1,000,000, okay? Don't play this. Don't, like, unless you pay for a subscription. I haven't paid for a subscription. I don't pay pig games, okay? So, you know, it's not a replacement for freaking Ashes, bro, okay? Next up is Lost Ark, which I actually enjoyed Lost Ark. However, it's ran by freaking Amazon. It's also overly stingy with its ban practices. If you get mass reported by players, you get banned, which means if you suck in raids, you get banned. The game does look very pretty, though. It plays very nicely. It's got a nice soundtrack, nice everything. But there are so many bots and so many cheaters, and unless you're in a guild and you have a bunch of sweatlords wanting to do PvE sweatlord stuff, don't bother. As a solo guildless player, you're too far behind to ever catch up, even if you RMT'd like a max out account. Don't bother. The game is fun as you like play, and then when you reach in game, it's no longer fun. And then you just go play something else. How many people are even playing Lost Ark? Okay, it says 8,000, but you have to realize that about 3,000 of that is bots, and the other chunk is people that don't speak English. All right, so Blue Protocol is a game that time gates you. Imagine in Ashes of Creation that you went out and did a bunch of mining, and it kind of time gates your mining because you have to process the ores and blah, 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 but that's only like a few hours. Now, imagine if you want to process the ores, and you had to process the ores before you could even do anything else, before you could level up, grind mobs, do questing, anything else. The game told you, come back tomorrow in 24 hours. Yeah. Hey, you know, let's say I'm a video game. Hey, come back in a full freaking real-life day if you want to play me. And then you do that. You put the game down, you go play something else for a full day, you come back, and then you do like 10 minutes of gameplay, and the game's like, hey, come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. That's Blue Protocol, okay? Blue Protocol has time gates for the main story quest. Why? Everyone else is already max level doing raids and stuff. Why do I have to wait weeks to catch up? That's stupid. That is look, I only have 1.3 hours in the game. That's how long it took until the game told me I wasn't allowed to play until the next day. 1.3 hours, and I was taking my time. I wasn't rushing anything. So if I were to rush it, I could get there in like 10 minutes. I can play the game for 10 minutes. It's like, yeah, come back tomorrow, bozo. Sorry. Screw this. And you can't card swipe past it. It is it's the dumbest thing ever. Look, it's made in China. It's made by Chinese people. They don't like their little servant civilians, their wages. They don't like their wages to be playing video games. And so they force these game companies to put on these restrictions so that their citizens, go be productive and stuff and further their civilization or whatever. All right, Eterspire, I don't know if I'm saying it right, dude, this is an MMO made for babies. The gameplay is very simplistic. It's very basic. It's got all the MMORPG stuff you like, except for gathering and, well, most things. But the art style and the gameplay is something for toddlers. I'm not joking. Otherwise, I mean, you can kind of talk to some people. There's no real competition. It's just baby's first MMORPG. It's free to play. You don't really lose anything other than time playing it. How many people are playing it right now? Yeah, there's such little players that there's no player count for it. And these fuckers email me every week. Hey, make content for our game. Please, YouTuber, please make videos for our game. All right, next up is Foxhole, also Anvil Empires. I'm gonna put two games in one because it's made by Siege Camp. Both of these games have automated report systems and is completely controlled by mega clans. If you want to do anything in the game, you're going to have 10 million people down your throat telling you what to do. If I were to drive a tank over this bridge and I'm not in this clan, they're going to kill me, take the tank, and then mass report me and ban me for a week. That is the absolute truth. It doesn't matter if you know what you're doing or not. You will get mass reported, you'll get yelled at in 30 different languages. This is an absolute miserable experience unless you want to be a guild slave, unless you have a bunch of friends to, play army with. You are not allowed to play this game solo unless you are absolutely being a slave to every single person under the threat of mass report to do exactly what they tell you. And that's no fun.
Foxhole.
Yeah, Foxhole, shut up. Listen. You don't want to play this. The only reason you would ever want to play this as a solo guildless friendless player is to grief it. One person who, shut up, I didn't want you to play. The only reason to play this is to grief the entire server because one man can unplug the entire power grid, dump out all the cement mixers, break every bridge, park cars on bridges, and do all sorts of blockades all by themselves. And if you know what you're doing, you can be very slippery, delete and remake your characters so you never get reported, never get caught, never get, found out. And that is the only true way to play it. This game, however, has 1,200 people playing. It's a dead game. Don't bother. All right, so Once Human is kind of like Rust, but with like a 1 month wipe cycle, kind of sort of, where you have to go to another server and start all over, kind of sort of, but you get to keep some of your stuff and some of your progress. And while it isn't the most terrible game, it sucks to play solo. Every single server is a bunch of Care Bear dweeboids that report you for anything. It's a NetEase game, avoid. You can get mass reported, muted, etc. Like, you can get banned from this game for playing how you want. Like, there are these big boss raids, and instead of shooting the boss, I'm like, I'm going to summon a car and ram the boss with my car. And this gets people mad because they want me DPSing the boss. Now, these are not instance bosses. These are world bosses that anyone can come in and out of at any time. And me ramming my car into the boss puts it in this little stun lock animation so the boss can't do any attacks. But it also stalls out its death animation. So everyone wants their little looty box and their little raid rewards, but I'm sitting there stunning the boss with the car so it can't fully die. And you could be like, well, that's grief in the game, Swobidgy. And you know what? Video games are toys. Don't tell me how to play with my toys. I'm not here at the raid boss for the loot. I'm here to slam my car into the boss and watch it go, ugh. Because what other game is going to let me drive a car into a giant monster, huh? But no, everyone wants to play little Korean girl dress up with their weird, stupid crap. I mean, look at this slop. Look at this absolute slop, right? I mean, the game looks cool. Yeah, sure, why not? Whatever, right? But it plays like doo-doo. It's they swapped out voice actors midway through the game, so nothing is like synonymous. Like, you'll be questing, and then halfway through, all the main characters' voices change. And it's like, why didn't you hire the same voice actors? Did you get cheap? Yeah, you got cheap. The PvP in the game absolutely blows. The PvE is a complete RNG nightmare. It might take you 3 to 4 wipes to get a drop that you need, and then when you do get that drop, it gets power creeped with a new patch and made irrelevant. But yeah, it boils down to getting the best in slot gear and upgrades, and then once you have that, you try to speedrun the final dungeon of the game, which people can do in about 7 minutes, but for a regular player, it's going to take you about 30 minutes. So that's about the power creep you can expect, is that amount of time saved. But other than that, you're just grinding gear to get more gear, and it doesn't really have much of a use outside of anything else. And the game is very redundant, and you have to constantly start over every single month from level 1 and build up and wait for. You have to wait for the server. You have to wait like 2 weeks for the server to fully open and grant you access to the rest of the map to even do the in-game stuff anyway. And mega clans always take up all the good land, and they always min-max the economy of each server. Don't play this game. It doesn't have a lot of people left now. 14,000 people playing. It used to be hundreds of thousands. Now it's down to 14, so it's the dying game. And by the way, this is another game company that offered me $10,000 a month to exclusively make content for their game. I was already making content for their game, and I only really quit because of all the stupid rule changes where you're not allowed to really chat unless you're a softie and you're an absolute little snowflake. This game is just, it's Care Beared out. All the leftoids took over. The company is woke. Don't waste your time on this. Palia is it's not really an MMO. It's one of those, like, you join a game and there'll be like 60 other players that randomly also are in the same lobby as you kind of game. You grow crops and you build a house and you go hunting and you date NPCs, and it's one of those little cozy games, dude. Go fishing with the friends, bro. Right? And I played this with my girlfriend for like over a year, and the game absolutely blows. It is bloated with cash shop crap. At some point in 2024, It was bought out by Singularity 6 got bought out by some other corporation, so they're not even the dev anymore. But there's one thing I never released, and I stopped making videos for this game because a content creator got copyright struck because he data mined an update that had something about swords, like you could equip swords and do combat, and they still haven't released that in this game, so it's like, man, they are years behind development. But I stopped making content for this game also because there was a hacking problem, and this is a game where you could hack so bad that you could give yourself dev tools, you can give yourself admin tools and get whatever you wanted. You could speed hack and fish hack and make it so that you can see what you're catching and always catch the rare fish. And so anyone that hacked just had such a massive advantage over anyone. Let me tell you, if you were going to like level up fishing in this game to a high level, which doesn't really matter, it's just a number that goes up, it doesn't really increase anything, it would take you like months of playing 12 hours a day to hit like level 50. But with cheats, I could hit it in like 10 minutes. Okay, so that's how bad it is. Instant catching, instant fishing while fishing. Like, I could swing my fishing pole, have it never break due to a hack, catch a fish instantaneously with the highest rarity, and then immediately fish again while doing this, I don't know, casting 50 times a second. So I'm catching 50 fish a second. No, don't play the fucking video. God, I hate that, Steam. Stop that. But, so you're fishing, right? You're sitting there fishing. And if you want to fish normally, it takes you about 45 seconds to about a minute, maybe, and 30 seconds to catch a fish. I don't know the exact time because I haven't played it in years, right? I would just log in occasionally, help my girlfriend get skins, and give her crops or whatever. But other than that, a hacker can catch 50 fish a second. You're catching one fish every 1 minute and 30 seconds, and it's just a common fish, and they're getting legendary, rare, the rare stuff, right? And, I mean, it's that bad, and it's that bad with everything. There was a hack that let you shoot one arrow and kill everything in the entire render distance of your character, and then vacuum it to your character to loot all at once. There was a way to loot everything within render distance, including minables, harvestables, choppables, rare bugs on the ground that you normally have to throw like a little Pokeball thing to catch. Like, there was all this stuff, and they would vacuum the entire screen to you and just loot it all immediately. X-ray hacks, ESP hacks to show you all the rare materials, and this game is filled with these Care Bear little like grill gamer, casual, cozy, Farmville, Animal Crossing types of gamers who like there'll be like a rare tree that starts glowing that spawns, and what they want you to do is announce to the whole server, hey, there's a I forget what the tree's name is. There's a special tree here. Everyone get ready. And then I would run up and chop the tree and get the resources. But the way it works is if everyone chops one hit on the tree, they all get the resources. So what they want to do is sit there for 10 minutes, get the whole server onto the tree, so everyone can chop it all at once and get their little resource. While I just run up, there'll be like 3 people waiting, and they're calling out in the chat, hey, I found a rare tree. I'll run up, take the tree before anyone gets a hit on it, and then skedaddle off, and I'll go get 10 more rare trees. And these guys are going to sit here for 30 minutes trying to get the whole server to just gang up on one tree for one little reward. And it's the dumbest crap ever. And my favorite thing to troll in this game was to do that. Just go around. If someone's calling out a rare tree, be the first one there, chop it down immediately, because they can't stop you. There's no PvP, or there's no way to like push players or prevent them from doing things. And just steal all the resources until they bugger off and disconnect and reconnect and find a new lobby that I'm not in. All right, so next up is the Quinfall, and I'm not, in this regard, I'm not going to tell you not to play this. I'm going to tell you my experience with it, okay? The Quinfall was a game that I never really ever planned to play. I just like to troll, and so I went on the Steam forums, and I'm like, I'm a YouTuber, give me a free game key, blah, 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 right? I'm important. And it's just a troll, okay? I don't really think it that way, but it's so funny to look at all the dumb responses people give me. And I was expecting, just to get banned from the Steam forums, get ignored, whatever. But the devs were actually really, really nice to me, and they gave me a game key. You can see I put 0.3 hours into the game. I'm sorry, game devs. It's a $10 game, so it's pretty cheap. And I'm going to tell you right now, like, when I played, I wasn't it was all right. I mean, I played for like 20 minutes, okay? Less than 20 minutes, probably. More like 16.7 minutes. I got to the part where it wanted me to like skin animals and fish, and I was just like, man, I can already do this in Albion, so I just kind of quit, right? But I think the game actually, it came out today. I'm filming this on February 6th. Yeah. So it actually released today. I wonder how many people are playing. 3,000. That's not terrible. But hey, the devs were really nice to me. So maybe give this one a chance. I might even try it later. I don't know. But I was a bit of a butthead on this, and here's the thing. Everyone says, oh, you know, to beat a troll, you have to ignore the troll. That works for low-level trolls. I'm a Grandmaster Genesis threat level troll, okay? I'm like a dragon level, you know, or god level troll, okay? Whatever you want to call it. Whatever MMORPG anime trope you want to use, okay? To disarm a troll of my level, you just have to be nice to me, okay? Steven was nice to me. It's hard to be mad at Ashes, okay? Even though I've read a lot of horrible things. But, you know, and what is that one game company that people hate that made Assassin's Creed? Damn it, I have to look this up now. Who made Assassin's Creed? Starts with an E. Sorry. Ubisoft. Yeah, Ubisoft's nice to me. They're nice, so I don't drag their game through the mud, okay? Bethesda's nice to me. I don't drag their game through the mud all that much, even though, you know, lately their games have kind of sucked. But hey, I still appreciate them, okay? Except it's Stalcraft X. This is like a little Robloxy looking game. And it is kind of like an MMORPG. It's very similar to Will to Live Online in a sense. It's slow starting, and when you've high-level players will grief the hell out of you. I didn't really stay on this game very long. I played for 1 hour because I was getting griefed, and I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like putting in the work to become the griefer. But it was an okay game. It played okay. I didn't really like the new player experience. Maybe it's changed since I played. But how many people are playing it right now? It's got 6,000, so there's an audience for it, I guess. Throne and Liberty. Now, I actually very much enjoyed this game up until I hit level cap. As a solo, guildless, and friendless player, and where the servers I were on, I didn't fit into any guilds, I didn't vibe with any guilds, I had to quit because there was just nothing left to do as a solo player. There's nothing to do. So if you're a solo player, for that reason alone, you shouldn't even play this, okay? It's also Amazon games, so you gotta look out for that. There's also a lot of other problems with the game, but I have no experience with those problems because I wasn't around for them, or it just doesn't affect me as a solo player. But if you have a big guild, you know, I heard this game's on its way out anyway, so I wouldn't even invest your time into it. Only 4,000 people still playing it, and I think it's a good game. It's got a great soundtrack. The gameplay is nice. People like to hate on, oh, it feels clunky. Shut up, peon, lazy peon. You fled to Thailand or wherever to get easy pussy, you fucking loser. But anyway, back to it. All right, number 22 is Vault Breakers. Now, Vault Breakers is not an MMORPG. It's like a MOBA that you have like some kind of progression that you kind of sort of do. Now, this game in general, it's just bad. It's really clunky. It's not fun. The progression is slow. You're not even sure if you're fighting bots or real players. The only reason I'm even mentioning this game is because these fuckers on Twitter have been nonstop, oh, you need a game for Ashes of Creation died. Come play our game. Right? They're trying so hard to get the Ashes of Creation audience to play their slop. And this game, it's years away from even being okay to play. It is monotonous. It just sucks. It's just a crappy game. I don't like it. Warborne Above Ashes is a Chinese game that's trying to compete with Albion, except it's worse in every way to Albion, and I poured out my heart and soul to these guys, and I was like, I will cover your game for free, you don't have to pay me, I will become your main YouTuber go-to guy, and I was the first person to contact this company and this game through all of their social medias, back when they had like 10 followers, and they had no YouTubers gunning for them or anything, and I was like, I will swear allegiance to the Warborne community, and blah, 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 blah. And the devs were all for it. They were nice at first, and then you know what they did? They invited a bunch of Albion clans into their Discord. What did the Albion clans do? They whispered in their ear, oh, Swolbenji's bad. Swolbenji's a bad influence. You don't like Swolbenji, don't do it. And you know what happened? I didn't get invited to any playtests. I didn't get invited to any betas or alphas or anything because these massive guilds put a bad word about me into these Chinese developers' ears, and they blindly sided with the guilds. Now look at their stupid game. There's such a I gotta look this up. It's such a low player base that it's not even listed on Steam anymore. Look at this. This guy says 373 players on Steam right now. I gotta see how much. Warborne. How dead is your freaking game? And it's well-deserved. 184. 184 people in your game. That is a dead game. Beep, beep, beep. It's on life support. Pull the plug. End of service any day now. You get what you deserve. Crewland Games. I swore allegiance. You tossed me away. This is your punishment. This is what you get when you mess with Swolbenji. And Warborne went full shill mode. They were paying other content creators in the Albion space, you know the ones that take every bag, thousands of dollars to stream and play their game. And funny enough, all of their YouTube channels, they were getting like no views, and they were shilling this game so hard. So here's the thing. In an alternate universe where I shilled the game, maybe you would have a little bit more than 180 people playing or whatever. But at the end of the day, I would have still told the truth and be like, yeah, this game ain't that great. The sound sucks. The gameplay sucks. It has fake bots that try to pretend to be players that you fight. It's an ass game. It's a Chinese game. What can you expect? Final Fantasy XIV. All right, now I gave this game an honest shake, okay? I tried this game, and it's pretty, and I liked I kind of liked the story a little bit. I liked the cutscenes a little bit. The graphics are a little dated, but they're still pretty, right? They're still all right. It still looks okay. But the game was not an MMORPG. It was very small zones separated by loading screens. It was not a seamless world. And when I want to play a game, like if I play World of Warcraft and I'm in Elwyn Forest, I can run to Stormwind, and I'm in Stormwind. I don't hit a big fat loading screen. I don't like fade to black and then fade in, and I'm in Stormwind. And Stormwind is its own map, right? I can be in Stormwind, and I can look outside of Stormwind into Elwyn Forest and see players killing mobs and running around, okay? And you can't do that in Final Fantasy XIV. Every single zone is its own little instance, its own little block. It's like a 3D Albion Online, kind of, sort of, but without all the cool stuff from Albion Online. This game, though, is so anti-griefer, anti-upsetty spaghetti. You get banned if you emote at people and they get mad at you. You get banned if you PvP someone too hard. Like, if I were to focus one player in an arena match and beat them over and over, I can get reported and banned for griefing. This is the diaper-shitting furry, trans, gay rights, liberal, leftoid paradise game. If you are on a leftoid, this is your home. Congratulations. Buy and install and play this game because this game serves as a containment for you. Do you like to dress up in a fursuit and shit in your diaper and snoof it at conventions? Do you like to be a different gender than you were born as? Do you like to hook up with people that you are also similar to in regards to your gender? Then this is your game. This is your game. Go play it. Have fun. You're going to meet a lot of people that you can resonate with. You can talk about how you love Biden and how you hate Nick Shirley for exposing the Somali daycare scams. And you can have a lot of fun and make a whole lot of friends in this game. This is your game. Go play it. Now, me, I'm not with that group, okay? I am not anything with any of those types of people. And so I would be in absolute hell misery playing this game. I don't resonate with those ideals, and I believe in freedom of speech, and I believe in freedom to pursue your own happiness. So if you want to do those things, go for it. If it brings you pleasure to smell a shit-filled diaper, whatever makes you happy, brother, sister, or them, or whatever you want me to call you, okay? Whatever you want to be called, there you go. Sniff away, shit away, do whatever it is that pleases you and gives you that hit of dopamine. But I do not get those hits of dopamine from those things, and so I'm better off never playing this game, or even I would be a contagion. I would be a blight on your community, and I don't enjoy the game anyway. The gameplay loop sucked. As a solo guildless, friendless player, it was just grind and a zone and do a few quests, which are so easy. The whole game is easy. This is out of all the MMORPGs I've ever played, this is probably the easiest game I have ever played in the MMO space, ever. And I was snoozing through it. I was snoozing through this game, okay? But, yeah. I just don't vibe with this game. I'm sorry. All right, I'm too lazy to Google World of Warcraft or pull up the Battle.net launcher. Modern World of Warcraft, I just can't get into it, bro. Like, when you queue up for a dungeon, no one speaks. Part of the fun back in the day was talking to people. You used to talk to people about random stuff. Oh, this happened in the news today. Oh, that sucks. That's crazy, right? And people would just talk about their lives and hang out and chill and vibe. But now it's like you join a dungeon run in Modern World of Warcraft. Everyone's already halfway across the dungeon, skipping every fight, blowing up the boss. And if you've never run the dungeon before, everyone hates your guts, okay? There's a game on Steam similar to this called Fellowship, and it died so fast. And I called that it would die so fast. I have made one guide for this game, Fellowship, and it had so many people saying that I was wrong or I didn't know how to play. I've been in top guilds. I've been Gladiator multiple seasons. I know how to freaking play a World of Warcraft MMORPG. This game has such little players, it's not even reporting the player count anymore. So now I gotta look it up on SteamDB. Fellowship, how many you got, Fellowship? Oh, 200, dude. 291 people are playing when it peaked at 43,000. Look at that. Look at how many people are quit. This is not enough. This is like a couple guilds worth of players doing in-game content. That is it. That's all. That's all you get. And Modern World of Warcraft, like everyone just went back to Modern WoW. Everyone just went back, right? I thought this was the Modern plus, the Ilm plus WoW killer. Players have to wipe? Did they wipe? Oh, no. Poor Fellowship. Yeah, this is kind of Fellowship as well. Don't play Fellowship. I saw people in Ash's Discord. Let's go play Fellowship. No, it's a dead game, bro. Don't do it. Modern World of Warcraft, it's just unfun. The PvP in Modern WoW, the people that I know that are former gladiators that still play Modern WoW, they shit all over everyone. They said the PvP is so easy, it sucks. It sucks because it's boring, because there's no challenge, because no one that plays Modern WoW can stand up to them. They are literal gods. So, but the thing is, too, is there aren't really any good PvP rewards in Modern WoW. The most rewards are gacha-style daily grinds. Not even gacha style. It's just log in, do this, log in, do that, do your chores, do your virtual pixel chores, and that's it. And for me, I'm out. I don't like that. I don't like Modern WoW. I quit during Cataclysm. I didn't like Burning Crusade. I didn't like not the Frozen Throne. That was a separate game. That's RTS, right? Damn, I forget the expansion name. Wrath of the Lich King, okay, yeah. I quit mid-Cataclysm. I was a guild leader, and I got sick of leading that guild. It was a Zergenvite guild anyway. I didn't really know anybody. But I actually RMT'd my whole account to play League of Legends. I got all the League skins at the time, yeah. But anyway, Modern WoW sucks, and also so does, what about Burning Crusade Classic? I'm not going to play it. I don't like doing it, okay? Partially because I was a YouTuber back in the day on a different account that covered BC and WOTLC, whatever, Wrath of the Lich King, okay? I covered both of those games already. I don't want to repeat my history. I'm done with those games. It's like, if you were in a timeline where Ashes of Creation never died and you played through it fully and you got Isekai'd or Groundhog Day'd back into this dimension where Ashes died, would you be really sad of what you missed out? It's like, well, I got to play it, so it's whatever. That's me in World of Warcraft. I've already played it. It's boring now. I want to play something new. All right, let's talk about some games that you should play instead of Ashes of Creation. Now, if you are a healer in Ashes, this game will scratch the itch until you find something else. This is not a permanent replacement. This is a indie game called Healed to Death. And basically, you play as an MMORPG dungeon healer, and you have a different party with a tank, DPS, etc. And your job is to heal them and keep them alive in the dungeon. And yes, the graphics look very Nintendo 64-ish. That's just how it is. It's a very basic game. I covered it on my channel, and I played it for about 9 hours worth, okay? The game it's $15. Sometimes it goes on sale. And, yeah, it's a pretty cool game. If you're a healer and you just want to scratch that MMORPG healing itch, there is no other game like this. I mean, yes, there's like a few other games, like there's a tank one, and Someone else tried to make a copycat of this, but they're not that great. This one is the best out of the best healing MMORPG simulator single-player games. This is not an online game. You're playing with bots, and the bots are inherently stupid and will stand in the poison gas clouds, and you have to heal them, and it's just, it'll give you that dopamine hit of being a healer. All right, now I know Deadlock is not an MMORPG. It's actually a MOBA shooting game hybrid. Dude, this game's going to be so big or it's going to be so dead. It's one or the other. This game has a big future or a no future. And this is the game I'm switching to for now. And last time I tried this, I didn't get a lot of YouTube views, so I won't be able to stick around too long, but I'm going to give it another shot, and hopefully I can get a community going or an audience going for this game. And if I do, I'm just going to main it. I'm just going to main this and ride it into the sunset. And it's made by Valve. Come on, Valve, the people that made Steam. It ain't going nowhere. And, it's aesthetically pleasing. I mean, come on, look, a vampire goth girl? Ooh. And I've already put 444 hours into this game, so you know it's good, okay? Alright, so Drakantos is actually pretty damn good. Now, it's a PvE game, so I don't think there's PvP. I think it's planned to have PvP. This game's still a work in progress. It's not currently playable. Rarely they open up testing. But I did enjoy my time in it. And, I know it's pixel slop. Bleh. It's over the, top down. It's not, it's not like Ashes. I know. But you gotta take what you can get, okay? You gotta take what you can get. And there wasn't really anything in this game that disappointed me. The PvE was good, the crafting and gathering was good, the community and chat were good. Like I couldn't find anything really bad other than pixel slop. Okay, yeah, that's my only complaint is the graphics. But graphics have never really been a big reason for me not to play a game. It's the gameplay and the community. Like the reason we play MMOs is the community, right? We want to be part of something. And, this game, it has a lot to level up. Now, you don't make your own character. You play, preset heroes, but there's so many different ones to level up, and you never really get bored. So, it's something to play. Next up is also another pixel slot game called Dimraeth. Now, this one plays a little more Diablo Path of Exile-ish, whereas Drakantos is more MMORPG-ish. And this game also pixel slop, but it did play better than Drakantos. However, it's not an MMO. It's more of an action RPG. And yeah, you can play with people, but it's not like you're all in one world like in Drakantos. So it's if you prefer World of Warcraft or if you prefer Diablo, there you go. All right, next up is Bitcraft Online. When it goes free to play, it is currently not free to play. It is $30, and I don't think anyone is actually playing this. I'm going to click the Community Hub button underneath the text. There's only 310 people playing, so this is currently a dead game. But if it goes, or when it goes free to play, if it ever will, there's a lot of close threads. The company that runs this, I pleaded with them to be a content creator, and they turned me down, so they're pretty woke and probably a little bit on the female side of, thinking. But other than that, the game wasn't terrible. It does kind of have a PvP system. The PvE isn't that great, but the building is okay. The gathering is okay. It's a very heavily time-gated game in a sense of if you want to level up a trade skill, it's a grind. It's way more of a grind than Ashes and Albion combined. But it's a sandbox game. And if it's free to play, it would be pretty damn fun, especially with other people. Even if you're not if you're a solo player, you could still make contributions, and that's freaking neat. But I can't recommend this game, especially at $30 freaking. Oh boy, do not. All right, and then there's Bellatores when it's in English. All right, Bellatores is basically 3D Albion Online. It's actually pretty good from what I've seen. I have not gotten to actually play it. I tried to play it, but the servers wouldn't let me in. And when they had a play test, I guess because I'm American, and they didn't want Americans playing. So, but from the videos I've seen and the streamers and just YouTube stuff and forum posts, and I've read about the systems, this one's gonna be a banger if and only if it gets translated English and if there's an actual American Western English-speaking player base that is not Portuguese, not Spanish, not Korean, not Chinese, not Russian. Okay? That's it. That's the only way this game succeeds. And if it's free to play and it has a decent, healthy player count. Okay? That's it. That's all I'm saying, man. Real quick, I want to point out another game not to play, and that would be Soulframe. And here's my take on it. I played it over a year ago, and it was just an artsy-fartsy mess. The game looked okay. The gameplay was very stale. It was a healer meta. The story was like an autistic fever dream. It was unfollowable. All right, maybe it's too high on IQ for me. I don't know. But there wasn't really much to play. Now, I know that there's been new beta tests and new updates. I haven't really bothered. It was such an artsy-fartsy game that it like filtered me. I just got filtered by it. So I can't recommend it, but hey, maybe it's gotten better. I don't think it's going to be better than Warframe, and that's just my take on it. Also, Star Citizen is still not good. Even after all these years, it still sucks. Everyone's like, you gotta buy the expensive ships. Listen, you can grind the expensive ships before wipes. And it's not that hard. You go to a planet, you land on it, you knock a guy out as a naked, you take his armor, you take his gun, you kill the whole base, and you sell everything, and you rinse and repeat this for like 20 hours. And there you go, you can buy whatever ship you want. Or you can buy a crappy ship, and then you can just dupe the weapons on the ship, and then sell the ship weapons, and buy everything in the game. Or, if you don't want to do that, you go to an RMT website where they sell the currency for Star Citizen for pennies on the dollar. You pay a Chinese guy $5, then you can buy yourself a spaceship that would cost you 30,000 US dollars to use until the next wipe. And, yeah, there you go. Like, Star Citizen, my biggest gripe with Star Citizen, besides the buggy mess that it is it's only like a 50 to a 100 player lobby at a time. People are usually just standing around role-playing. They're not actually doing things, so there's not really a reason to do things, since nothing is, like, permanent right now. There's always wipes, things are buggy. But also, the staff that runs the game are corrupt as hell. I did an experiment where I faked a pad ram video. A pad ram is where you take your spaceship and you crash it into another player's spaceship before they take off of a pad, killing them and their ship. And it's against the game rules to do that for some reason. I don't know why. But I made an agreement with a player that I was going to pad ram him. You know, we had an agreement. We're filming a video. And so I pad ram him, and then I make a video like, look at me grief this guy, ha 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 ha, which is Reddit bait. And so Reddit made a post, ban this guy, bleh. And you know what they did? They suspended me for like a week or something over it, right? And then I told support, hey, here's proof that all of this was set up. It was a video to make as a film. It was literally all planned to trap Reddit to see if outside, like no one in the game reported me for this. The only people that reported me for pad ramming in that video was Redditors who sent in little emails they're like, ban this guy. And then, you know what support said? They're like, well, pad ramming is still against the rules, even if it's agreed upon by both parties, even if it's for video footage, you're still not allowed to do it, which is absolutely stupid. In a full loot PvP game, Star Citizen, which it is, you're not allowed to ram your ship if someone's on a landing pad, even if they agree to it, even if it's between two friends. Okay, then how about you just make them unrammable in the game, stupid? Right? Basically, the moderators, the Jannies of the game, which is short for janitor, decided that they're going to uphold their decision no matter what, and they're going to make excuse after excuse of their decision. So screw those guys. Don't give them any money. Don't play their stupid game. And the PvE absolutely sucks. People hack and cheat and aimbot. The space combat sucks. For PvE, pick a fast ship with the longest range guns and then backpedal while you shoot the enemy ship that chases you, and you just eventually whittle them down and kill anything in the game that you want. For PvP against other players, there's a meta of certain ships beating other ships, and also people using flight sticks versus mouse and keyboard. And the whole game revolves around microing your shields to your thrusters to your weapons. So if you're not being attacked, you don't need power to shields. If you are trying to outmaneuver the enemy, you have to have power to thrusters. And if you're being attacked, you need power to your shields. And it's just microing those three things. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing fun. It's just it's something that a real spaceship would, the AI would do it for you. It would be on autopilot, right? It's like driving a manual car. The people that are hype about this game, that's what I get. It's the people that drive manual stick shifts. Like, oh wow, you're so cool, dude. Like you're a car nut. Like, who cares? When I want to go to the grocery store, I don't want to have to micromanage my car's gear shifting, okay? But that's what Star Citizen is. It's driving a car on manual. And if you think that's cool, you're a loser. Alright, well that's it for this video. It's not going to get any views anyway. I don't even know why I bothered making this. Is there even anyone out there that actually listens to this stuff anymore? I don't know, man. I'm about to just give up entirely. I'm just so done. When's the nukes dropping? When's the meteors dropping? It just needs to end. Anyway, leave a like, leave a comment. Come on, I have no social life. I need your comments. No one has left a comment in 1 full hour now, and after that, it's been 7 hours since the last comment, okay? So, that's the only social interaction I've had all day is 2 comments in the last 9 hours. 2 random internet strangers. One said that this game has a weird system, and the other one is asking for a troubleshooting issue in a video game. Cool. Anyway, click the video on the right side of your screen if you want to see more from my channel. Otherwise, who gives a shit? Whatever. See you later. Mwah! Kiss on your forehead. This was my Friday night, and yep, could have been productive and went out and did cardio or something. But nope, I'm just here rambling and to myself, just talking to myself like a schizo. Anyway, see you later. Click the video on the right side of your screen. If you don't, then oops, you're alone forever. Whoops.